As always, a pleasure to see you all once again. My name is 20Sad Seth, and welcome to the Point Review. Today we're going to be looking at Persona 5, playable on PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. For those of you simply looking for my score, I'm going to be giving this one a 10 out of 10, our first ever, and honestly, I think it deserves it. This game is stylish as hell, the gameplay is fantastic, the characters are amazing, the story actually starts to talk about some pretty deep subject matters, and because of that, it allows for you to become even more immersed in the ever-changing world. But for those of you looking for a little bit more details, then stick around. As you could have guessed from the title, this is the 5th Persona game, and it looks like it right off the bat. You can already tell that a lot of work was put into it. Not only are the 2D hand-drawn animations amazing, but the 3D animation is fan-freaking-tastic. Everything from this game is stylized. Hell's bells, even the freaking menus are amazing to look at. They're animated, they look cool. Everything about this game is just that. It is cool. It makes you feel like you're this phantom thief, that you and your teammates are just kicking ass 24/7. Every little thing, and it hasn't even gotten boring to me. I was kind of worried about that maybe some of these visual styles or that these little cutscenes, like if you do an all-out attack or whatever, would have gotten boring to me, but they haven't. They are just as fun as they were the first time. In this review, though, I'm going to kind of keep the story elements kind of on the light side, simply because I don't want to spoil anything. For those of you who played these games before, you know that story is an incredibly important part of the experience. You can say that about a lot of games, but I feel like in this one in particular, it's pretty true. I don't really want to give any kind of details whatsoever. I will say that it is fantastic. As I stated before earlier, it does touch on some very deep, some very emotional subjects that might be a little bit jarring for some of you, but I promise that it helps to build such an amazing story, amazing characters that you can get so attached to. One of the biggest staples of the Persona series, starting at 3 and then working its way upwards, has been the social links, which is anytime when you're not, fighting as a phantom thief or something like that, you can hang out with people. Every time you increase one of your social links, you actually gain something out of it. Either your teammates are better, maybe you can get a new ability, but on top of that, whenever you fuse a persona with the same type, such as the Chariot, the Fool, basically it runs off of the tarot card system, will actually gain bonus experience. It's like everything you do in Persona matters. Every day you wake up, you can go to school, do stuff like that, but you have to choose how you spend your days. Every time a new dungeon shows up, you have a set amount of time, a certain number of days, you have to complete it before it's game over. So you have to kind of choose, do I want to go grind in the dungeon today, or do I want to go hang out with a friend to increase socialing? Maybe I want to study to increase my knowledge skill, or just so many different things, which is cool. And is one of the things I enjoy most about the game is that every single day something can happen, something is there to do. It never feels like you're going through filler or like there's just boring, like this is just padding that they threw in to extend the time length of the game. Persona 5 has turn-based combat down to a perfection. Now for those of you who have played a Persona game before, you're going to be familiar with quite a few things. You're going to get right into the driver's seat and just go. But for those of you who have never played one before, it kind of runs off of almost a Pokemon-like thing, where personas are just things you can capture, you can switch them out, they each have their own different abilities, different types, stuff like that. They're weak to this, strong to this. You can fuse them into new ones. A lot of diversity in them, which is what I really enjoy about the series. There's so many different ways you can tackle situations. Persona 5 is an amazing example of what a sequel should be, taking what it learned from the past games and working off of it, improving it and making it better every single time. In a world where it feels like sequels are just kind of pumped out over and over again just to make that quick buck, it's really nice to see that some game companies actually give a shit. If you're a fan of JRPGs, grab this game. If you're a fan of RPGs, period, I suggest looking it up. This game is worth the $60, and I promise you'll get your money's worth. That's why I give Persona 5 a 10 out of 10. No games are ever perfect, but this gets pretty damn close. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. As you can probably guess, I was super excited about this game. Funny story, whenever I went to the 9 p.m. early release at my local GameStop, there was only about 5 of us there. I expected a little bit more, but one of the guys there actually was in full cosplay for the main character. Super cool dude. If you want to check out that picture I took of him, you can find that picture on my Instagram. I'll leave the link down in the description along with the link to our Twitter. That's about all the social media we have right now, minus YouTube, because we haven't really made a Facebook page yet. We might do that at some point, I'm not quite sure. But if you're looking for more reviews, of course, I've got the one I did on Mass Effect Andromeda last week. Yeah, that's an example of how not to do a sequel. I also did a review on For Honor, which, hey, guess what? Ubisoft actually listened when that big boycott was going to happen, and they started fixing stuff, so yay! Of course, I've got my review on Neo, which you can go check that out. That game is amazing. Nonetheless, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and as always, from Team 20 Sided, have a good night.